Good morning. In the news this morning. Today I'm talking about 3 things that you can start doing right now to start making healthier nutrition choices. What do healthier nutrition choices give you? More energy, feeling great, increased mood, weight loss, feeling in your clothes better, feeling more confident, wanting to be more social, feeling more comfortable in your own skin. I mean, the list goes on and on. Welcome back to another video, guys. Today is day 8 of Vlogtober, and I have to say, I think it's going pretty well. Would love to hear what you think. Give this video a thumbs up if so far you like the videos I have put out for this series. And if you have any comments or suggestions for different videos that you'd like to see, or some specific information that you'd like me to talk about in the nutrition, fitness, mental health, living in New York City, workout realm, recipes, whatever, that realm, comment down below. I would love to hear your feedback. I want to make videos that are valuable and that you guys find interesting, so please share. Thank you. So today I'm talking about 3 things that I find super helpful when I'm working with a new client who is just starting out in their journey to making healthier nutrition choices for themselves. And I would advise taking these 3 things that I'm about to talk about to anyone, even if you are starting out your journey by yourself, you decided to make this choice, but you don't know where to start. It might not be your first time, it might not be your first time ever trying to make healthier choices. This could be a road that you have visited many times before, and you have regained some motivation to make those changes and be successful this time around. So, what are you going to do to make this time successful? Compared to the other times where maybe you had a little bit of success and then you took a few steps back and then you kind of yo-yoed and things just got out of hand. Sometimes you made good choices, sometimes you made not so good choices. Sometimes you felt great about yourself and sometimes you felt guilty for whatever you decided to indulge in the night before. I've been there. Listen, most of us have been there. So these are 3 things that have worked for me personally when I am starting up any kind of change in my nutrition habits. And I'm gonna be honest, there are certainly times where I don't make healthy choices for myself, and if I make those consistently, I feel like shit. I put on weight, and I don't usually enjoy the feeling mentally and physically when that happens. So it takes me some time to restart that motivation, momentum, and get it going again. So these are 3 things that I always go back to first. And these are 3 things that I usually talk to clients about when we are first starting out to working together. So, without further ado, here are my tips. Number 1, make nutrition changes to your diet based on what you are currently doing. So the first mistake that a lot of people make when they first feel like, yes, I feel motivated, I'm gonna make changes to my diet and I'm gonna make healthy choices and I'm gonna make healthy food and I'm not gonna go to McDonald's and I'm not gonna have pizza and I'm gonna have salad all day and I'm just gonna eat kale and it's gonna be awesome, I'm gonna be so successful, it's gonna be fantastic. Well, that doesn't usually last for very long. I mean, you can get motivated and excited to make extreme changes like I just gave you, but to maintain those longer than a few days, a few weeks, is not usually realistic. So how do we make realistic choices when we are super motivated to change everything all at once? So we're gonna backtrack. What I like to do is take a look at what I am currently eating. What am I doing typically day in and day out? Good habits and bad habits, whatever that might be. Eating out. Am I eating breakfast in the morning? Am I buying most of my food? Am I making some of my food? Am I eating out often? Am I drinking alcohol a lot? What kind of drinks am I having? Am I primarily having carbohydrates for meals? Am I primarily having really heavy fats? Do I eat fast food? So I will look at all of my typical choices, and I'm going to make small changes from that let's say, core nutrition plan that I am typically on. So I just want to cut out a small amount of food from that typical day that I'm currently doing. So I don't want to make an extreme change. Example, that is like walking being awesome at walking. I walk, I power walk, I walk here, I walk there, I can walk for hours. And then one day being like, I'm gonna run 20 miles tomorrow. So you can start out jogging, reach the half-mile mark, still going, reach the mile mark, it's getting harder, reach the 2-mile mark, fuck, I wanna stop. So we need to make changes gradually in order for them to be something that you can maintain. The goal is for these changes to be a lifestyle for you, for it to feel like you've always made these choices, and not that it's going to be a huge restriction, or not that it's going to be a huge life upheaval that you don't even know how to make happen, let alone maintain. Does that make sense? Cool. Take a look at the meals that you're typically eating, excuse me, and we want to cut out a small portion from those meals. So one of the main issues for people who can't lose weight is that they are over-consuming calories than their body is expending, okay? Now hopefully your metabolism is at a moderate level so that the amount of calories that you're eating is just too high for what you're expending right now. So we're gonna just drop down the amount of calories that you're consuming on a typical day just slightly, just a little bit. Maybe it's somewhere around 250 calories. It's not going to be a significant change, and that's what we want. Something that doesn't feel like a huge, huge change. Now, unfortunately, if you have dieted a lot in the past, it is possible that you have dropped your metabolism down to an unhealthily slow level. And that could be due to a few things involving exercise and also involving the amount of calories that you're choosing to put into your body. But basically your body is physiologically designed to be at homeostasis, to be in like protection mode. It wants your body to function no matter what you do to it. The body's function is not to lose weight. That's not its primary focus. Its primary focus is to make sure all of your organs and all of the essential functions, breathing and digesting and, I don't know, creating energy, ATP, and, you know, going to the bathroom and all of that great stuff, is working properly. So if the body feels like it is not getting enough food for a long period of time, or it's overexpending energy, it's going to slow the metabolism down because it's saying, whoa, hey, you are not giving me energy, you're not giving me energy, or you're doing way too much activity, and if we maintain this for too long, I'm going to shut down. So I need to slow down my functionality so that I can deal with whatever we're going through to preserve our... What? So this is a serious concern, and I would be happy to talk about it more in another video. So, ideally, if you are consuming too much food, and let's be honest, you probably know if you're consuming a lot of food, and you're just choosing whatever and having whatever throughout the day. So, whatever you're choosing, you want to cut out just a small amount of that. So different ways you can do this are order smaller portions of the same food that you already ate. You can get your meal and its regular portion size that you normally order it, cut it in half, put it in a box right there and then, and save it for later for the fridge. If you make food at home, you can serve yourself just a smaller portion. You can use a smaller plate so that it looks as if there's a large amount of food on your plate, but instead of using a dinner plate, you're using a side plate or a salad plate. So those are just some examples. So the second thing that I do is implement one addition goal. So So when people go on diets or they're trying to change their nutrition habits, they feel like they need to restrict. They feel like they need to take away, subtract things from what they're doing. And sometimes people feel like they're punishing themselves because of it. And they eventually feel all of a sudden like, well, I've been so good, I deserve to have this. So we don't want to feel like we're always subtracting and taking away things to lead a healthier lifestyle. So I like to focus on adding addition goals, and we're working towards adding foods that are good for us into the nutrition plan. So an example of this would be, I'm gonna add a serving of vegetables into my day every single day this week, 7 days a week. Or if that's too much, you could say something like, I'm going to add 1 cup of my favorite vegetable into one meal at least 3 days this week. Listen, it may not sound like a big deal, but if you can consistently maintain a goal, it feels good. It feels like you're being successful just because you're able to stick to that one thing that you said you were going to stick to. And let me tell you, that's powerful. If you can stick to something, even if it's a small change that you're adding into your life, even if it's for a week, after 2 weeks, you're like patting yourself on the back. You're saying, hey Cece, it's pretty awesome that you were able to add a cup of Brussels sprouts, yeah, I like Brussels sprouts, into your meals 3 days a week. What else can you do? What else is on the horizon for you to grab? What else is available to you? So it's pretty powerful in that way. And yeah, your goals and your confidence that you can maintain those goals, all of that's gonna grow. You're gonna empower yourself to make bigger goals because you know that once you hit the little stuff, you're gonna be able to go after the big stuff too. So don't be ashamed if you're just starting out with something that's really small, because something that's small for you could be huge to someone else. So it's really all relative. Okay, the third goal that I'm going to talk about actually has nothing to do with nutrition specifically. It has to do with your habits. Habit goals are huge when you start to go after bigger and better changes for yourself. Because let's just say we set a weight goal. I want to lose 10 pounds in 10 weeks. Awesome, that's a great goal. How are you going to do that? What are the habits that you need to implement to make that habit happen? And what are the habits that you need to remove from your life that are not serving that goal so that you can be successful? Pen to paper. You're gonna write down all of your positive habits that you do that are serving you towards that nutrition goal or that health goal. So that could be something like, I make myself breakfast every morning. That could also be, make sure to get to bed by 10 p.m. so that you can get 8 hours of sleep. Because usually when you don't get enough sleep, you are hungrier the next morning because your hunger hormones, ghrelin and leptin, are all out of whack. Does this work? Does this work? Oh, it does. I haven't done this in so long. Is it working? Is it working? Sort of. Anyway. So it doesn't necessarily have to be around food, nutrition, etc. So write out all of the positive habits that you currently do. Then you're going to write out all the negative habits that are currently keeping you from being successful at your nutrition, your weight, your health goal. So one of the things that, so I'll be open with you, one of the things that is a negative habit for me is stopping at the market on my way home from work at night. If I stop in the market on my way home from work at night, when I'm hungry, when I'm tired, when I've been carrying around a really heavy backpack all day and my feet hurt, and I've been talking to a million people all day, and really all I want to do is get home, plop myself on my bed, relax, put on a great Netflix show, or read a book, and eat something healthy that I have made already for myself that's waiting for me in the fridge. If I convince myself to stop at the market, which I may have a legitimate reason to do, like I need to buy eggs myself to do that, and I see all of the glorious, glorious ice cream that's there in the freezer waiting for me to choose it. So if I put myself in that situation, my hunger and my weakness and my tired and my just exhaustion are gonna get the best of me, and I probably 95% of the time will buy a pint of ice cream, and who am I kidding? I'm gonna eat the whole fucking thing. So that is a negative goal, which is going to set me up for failure. Write out all the negative things that you're doing that are not helping you. Be honest with yourself. This is where it's gotta get really real, like it's you and you and you, pen to paper. Because the more open you are with yourself, like after a long day, I love to sit in front of the TV and watch my favorite shows with a huge bag of pretzels, and I just mindlessly eat the entire bag. Well, that's not really a habit that's going to serve you for any of your goals. So it might not be something that you're ready to give up, but it is certainly something that you should be aware of and bring a mindfulness to. You're going to choose one negative habit that you are ready to change, that you're going to transform, that you are going to eliminate. For instance, if you happen to stay up late at night and not get enough sleep, let's maybe change that one. Getting enough sleep is a huge deal. I honestly put it up there just as important as the nutrition choices that you're making with getting yourself to the gym consistently. And getting good quality sleep and allowing your body to recover and allowing yourself to just completely recharge is a huge, huge important thing that we should all be doing. So something like that. And then with your positive habits that you're already doing, you're gonna pick one or two that you're just gonna acknowledge yourself every time you do it. You're gonna give yourself a pat on the back and you're gonna say, yes, Cece, thank you for getting yourself to the gym. Yes, Cece, thank you for not stopping at the market on the way home the last 3 nights. What's up? And then you're gonna write down one positive habit that you're not doing that you know that you should be doing. And that's what you're gonna start implementing. One positive habit that you can make a change, fit into your life right now, that you know if you start doing it, you're gonna start making better choices for yourself in other areas of your life as well. Okay. I know that was a lot, but I hope you found some value out of that video. These are something that I feel is really important. When we're making changes, it's never just about the food, let's be honest. There's always other things that are getting in the way, so we really need to acknowledge them and figure out what we need to change in order to serve ourselves and just be successful. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I would love to hear what the 3 things that you are going to start doing based on the goals and recommendations that I just gave you. So please comment down below with what you're going to start doing. Or if you have any questions or would like some support, please reach out. Comment below. And otherwise, if you haven't already, please subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Have an amazing, amazing day.